Whoa, can I have half of each?
Yes.
Best thing to seal wood is Lancewood chunky cottage cheese with chives. It's accurate though. Get fucked. Ah, shit. It's hot. Good morning. It's Tuesday. I've been working, getting the bulk of my sanding done, like the 60 grit. When I get back into the workshop later, I'm going to do the rest, the 80, the 100, the 120, 150. It's a lot of flipping work, and it's probably going to take me the whole of the rest of the day. It's not a great use of the day. Josh is coming later this week, so I might actually get him to do that, which feels bad, but I could really do with doing some of the work now. I'm now going out because I have to get myself food for the rest of the day. I have to go and get an interface pad at the hardware for the sanding, because the one that we had is now no longer working. I have to go and find some cork. I have to go to get coffee because I've run out of coffee at home, and I have to go drop off a package. It's 5 things that are very inconsequential, or not that important, but I need to do all of them in order to carry on with my daily life, and I'd rather do them all at once than stagger them throughout the week, because tomorrow I have to pack all of the boards for veneering in the back of my van so that I can go and pick up the other stuff that's done and drop those ones off to get veneered. I will see you guys if anything interesting happens on the road. If not, we'll see you back in the workshop sanding. Yeah, I'm just wanting to check the fit. Okay, good morning everyone. It's Wednesday morning. I was just at the watershed in the waterfront to cut out some wood for a project I had. Finished that job up. Now I have to move these. There's 6 MDF boards, 16 mil. I have to pack them in the back of the bakkie, take them to Vineyard Craft, bring another 4 back, go past the guys at Rubio, either on the way there or on the way back. I'm not looking forward to this because my body's already quite sore and this is heavy lifting stuff, so wish me luck. I might not record the process, but maybe I will. More to go. Just one. Whoa, can I have half of each?
Yes.
Don't think you can see the boards, but there are 6 boards in the back of the bakkie now. I'm hoping that when I get there, they will have some guys to help me unload and load again, because I have to unload the 4 that I'm picking up on my own when I get back. My car still doesn't have aircon, so although it's cooler, it's still pretty uncomfortable in the car. Before I talk too much about stuff that doesn't matter, I will see you guys at Vineyard Craft if I manage to get a clip while I'm there. Okay, I am doing the last one, my last recess for the lighting channel now. It's been one hell of a slog. It's about 6:30 in the evening now. Hopefully I'll get this done and be home by 7. Earlier than I was expecting. Everyone, it's Thursday. Josh is in doing sanding for me. Shame, as per usual. It's not great work, but at least he's he's getting paid, and it's decent pay for the type of work, like the skill level that he's having to meet. He is a lot more skilled than a sander, but that's what I need right now. I'm off now to Deco Edge to get caulk. My usual caulk supplier has not responded to me for more than a month now, so I'm going somewhere else. Yeah, we're really getting close to the point where I have to finish. I have 1 more week after this to finish this job, and technically they wanted a whole extra unit, so I've ordered that wood, but it's not going to be done by the end of this month. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I know that I'm sick and tired of working from 7:30 in the morning until like 10 at night, but the only reason I'm working until 10 at night is because I'm doing YouTube videos, so I haven't had much time to edit my usual Instagram videos, so it's tough. I'm struggling to keep up with everything, but learning how to manage my time. I don't think one person should necessarily do as much as I do. Not to blow smoke up my own ass. I'm not necessarily doing everything very well. I'm trying my hardest to do it as best as I can, though. It's finally a tiny bit cooler. Well, not a tiny bit. It's actually literally last week, Thursday, I was driving and it was 42 degrees. This week, it is 21 degrees. It's half the temperature it was last week. It's a lot more pleasant to work and exist in a 21 degree day, but I do appreciate and like the 41 and 42 degree days just because they make me appreciate the city that I live in and so the cooler weather that is ahead of us. We're just going to be mostly quiet today, and when I say quiet I mean very loud, working on machines and not talking. I think I probably spoke too much in the previous video, so welcome to Friday. I'm doing some stretches because my body is in quite a lot of pain after hunching over wood all week. I need to finish some sanding today, get the bed glued up, because the latest the bed has to be finished and ready to go, or ready to be sealed by Sunday. So on Sunday it needs to get its first coat, and I need to give it a little treatment on Monday and final sealing, and then deliver on Tuesday and sort of semi-install it. I need to go drop off this caulk today as well and sort out some coasters and speak to the guys at Fane, because I've not been ignoring them, but I've been neglecting them and I feel very bad, and hopefully they don't stop using me as their woodworker. Right, I'm doing my final sort of sanding pass on all of these panels ahead of sealing them. I kind of want to do a pre-seal, but I can't quite do a pre-seal to everything because I still have to put in my horizontal, so like my shelves and that sort of thing. Those are going to be, I mean, not that tricky, but I have to use either the Domino jointer or the biscuiter. Both will work. The one will just be a touch stronger than the other. The Domino is Jono's, and I don't know if I have enough Domino's. Don't really want to incur more expenses on this job, but I think the aim is to do as good of a job as humanly possible, or as Greg as possible that a Greg can. So yeah, I think I'm going to save doing all the dominoing for tomorrow, get it all done in one day and just focus purely on that, and then hopefully on Sunday, between the bed, which I'm also going to start doing today, or I'm going to start finishing today, between that and the other things, I don't think I have other things to do, but apart from that, I'm going to then start gluing these up. Once they're glued up, I can put in bracing around the edges which is going to allow us to put pine ply boards up against those, and which they're going to put vinyl on top of. Heidi. Good morning, it's Saturday. I'm shooting off to Plumstead to Toolcraft to grab a bucket of dominoes. I don't have a domino myself, but John lets me use his, and that's the way I'm going to join this whole big Rubio monocoat display unit. I've waited till the last minute to get these things, much like a lot of the time with my materials. I have a thing where, like, when I start a job, I get the wood and I get started, and then I start to think of the other materials and I slowly gather those, and it always gets to like right at the end where either I need a very specific screw or I need a very specific thing like a domino. And in Cape Town, the dominoes, man, sometimes a specific size like the 6x40 is just never in stock, and very fortunately this time around the guys at Toolcraft have it in stock. But sometimes I find myself running into real issues with materials come the end of the project, and I wonder how many of you also have this issue where you delay the process until you get to the last point, and you have to make a plan or you have to sacrifice something. It's a bad habit that I have, and I think it stems from me juggling too many projects at once. I really want to get to a point where I'm only doing one thing at a time. It's just that with cash flow, that is a tricky thing to do, because sometimes you'll be like halfway through a project with the 50% deposit in, and you need to get the other 50% in from another deposit in order for things to for your money to overlap properly and to get by fine. So I just witnessed a dude, I guess, kind of harassing a woman on Cape Town streets. Here in Observatory we have a lot of, I'd say, like, people with mental health issues, and I think they're either like going through something or they've taken some drugs and they're having a bit of a time, and he just like was flailing his arms in front of her and walking in her direction. She ran across the road. Not an uncommon sight around these parts, but it is cause for concern. Luckily there's hundreds of people out on the road now, and some people were assisting her, so everything seems fine. Starting my morning off the same way I started most mornings off in the last 2 weeks, with sanding. I have to get this bed sealed today. Like, it has to at least get a first coat on both the top and the bottom so that tomorrow I can do top and bottom as well. I also have to put the cross brackets in here, and then I can move on with other stuff today. But before I put in the cross, well, not before I put the cross brackets in, just after I put the cross brackets in, then I need to seal the inside and outside of this piece, and then tomorrow morning I can seal the inside and outside again and carry on with the Rubio monocoat build. First coat for this bed. I kind of have to do it this way in order to save time, which is not my favorite way to go about this. I'll give it a coat and then I'll wipe it off. I'm hoping that it matches the board here. I don't know if you guys can see the board there. Now I need to measure and cut my cross brackets. Oh. Right, gotta get a coat on this now, because if I don't get a coat on it right now, then I will probably forget to do it later when I'm almost certainly in a rush to get out of here. I'm just gonna do the outside, because the inside I'll still need to apply glue to, and I actually just don't think I need to seal it regardless. It's going to be stable enough without the sealing. It'll be held together with a lot of different components and parts, so it should be fine. I'm doing the back side of the bed frame now. I'm just using a clear. It doesn't really matter because it's not seen. It is the same quality sealant. It's a good quality sealant. I'm rushing now, as always. Big surprise, really. Because friends have booked a paddle court. I've never played cat paddle, so it should be fun. I think I'll probably have a really good time, and I really am needing a really good time because I'm fucking exhausted.
Oh, you're doing good. Yeah. Good.
You ready to be on your own today?
No.
Hey everyone, it's Sunday. I just dropped, well not dropped, but I helped Amy offload at the market, the Kindred market. I used to trade at the market, but after like a number of unsuccessful markets at the end of last year for me, and getting busier in the custom side of things, I just decided that it was better for me to rather dedicate the time I would at those markets and prepping for those markets on the work that I do. I'm just actually objectively too busy, which is it's a great thing, but it is very nice to spend a day at the market with Amy and meet people and market my stuff. That has resulted in a few jobs just being there, but maybe I'll return. Maybe they won't take me, who knows. Just busy prepping my boards and the bed for the second and hopefully last coat. I'm going to be, as I say, grafting on the Rubio monocoat job. I went yesterday to Toolcraft and got a bunch of dominoes so that I can put all of the shelves in. I have to make space for, or grooves at the bottom of the shelves for cabling. Here's hoping Amy does really well at the market, which I think she will. It's a really beautiful day. Kind of wish I could be there, just taking it easy, but these are the small sacrifices you make when you want to do what you love. So, strong suggestion. So, with the current high protein trend, best thing to seal with wood is Lancewood chunky cottage cheese with chives. Creates a great finish and is very robust. Strongly recommend. Okay, getting down to business with the Rubio job again. You'll see I've stacked everything. I'm keeping it stacked like this to hopefully avoid any bowing or movement on the wood, because obviously the pressure from the wood keeps the wood below it flat. Ideally, that's the theory. There's so much to do that I don't really know where to start. I'm going to just start with the dominoing, I think. So I have my plans here, just so that I know to check my measurements. Okay, so I've figured out the measurements now, which is good, which means I can just use that on the next one. I'm starting with the more complicated cabinets. I finally have something to show from all this work that I've been doing. I am quite proud of this. I would have liked to have done dados instead of floating tenons, but floating tenons will do. That's one of 6 units done. One of the most difficult ones. The next one's going to be the most difficult, and then the other 4 will be relatively simple. I'm getting somewhere, but I wish I was a lot further than this. The technical aspects of this build are quite challenging. I think there's some mistakes here already, but luckily mistakes on ingrain I can resolve. That's not a huge issue. Just got to get that end in a shelf, then I can put the top one on, box this up, and that's essentially my unit done. The woodwork police are going to love that one. It's accurate though. Get fucked. So earlier this one collapsed off the side of the workbench here and it cracked. So I'm going to have to do a little fixture on that, which sucks big time. I made mistakes on my initial glue up and I put these, luckily this is all going to get covered, that's fine, but there's holes all along the back, not on this side though, that's great. But the biggest fault is this one over here. It's over there. So those are my little mistakes on this. Other than that, it's pretty good. It's square, everything's looking okay. Now to move on to the next 4. Let's go home.